Hi there, this is Sam and Rev aboard the Here's to Us, and we are going around
America's Great Loop. Now, if that's something that you're interested in, please subscribe and hit the bell so you can get notified every time we put out a new video.
And whether you subscribe or not, we love to hear your comments. We read all the comments, and one of my high points of the day is just sitting there and kind of reading the comments and getting inspired by all you who are planning and have questions. So send us your comments and questions. Today we left Green Turtle Bay in Kentucky, and we are now in Buchanan, Tennessee at Paris Landing Marina. There's not much here. It's a Monday, and we are after the season, November 1st, and we're after that.
The little restaurant inside closed on the 1st, and so we are past the 1st, and the restaurants in town are closed on Monday and Tuesday. Well, we're here on a Monday, so our trip to Paris Landing is not going to be as long as we had planned.
There is a pizza place that delivers, but we have plenty of food on the boat. And so we are planning to get a good night's sleep and get out of here first light in the morning, head down to the next place. But let's tell you a little bit about our trip out today from Green Turtle Bay.
We left this morning kind of early, 8:30ish, and as soon as we left the marina, out in the opening, there was these fishermen in a little boat. Looked like they were right in the middle, of the channel. So you maneuvered around those boys.
They got the, when I saw the 50-foot boat coming at their 14-foot John boat, they moved out of the way, but they were out there fishing early in the morning. Nice calm day, kind of tricky getting out of Green Turtle Bay, but just follow the markers and follow your charts.
What was tricky about it?
Well, one boat had left a couple days ago and ran aground because they didn't follow the markers. So, rely on your chart plotters, but, auto guidance and auto routing, those things used with caution. So the best bet is to follow the sailing lines and the channels and stay in them and watch the markers. Keep your head up.
After we got past the fishermen, we went down and made a right turn to get through that channel to get out to the Kentucky Lake.
Yeah.
And right in the middle kind of was this tow, and with some barges attached, but the back end of the tow was up on the land. There were cars on the hill and gentlemen with backpacks and luggage. I guess they're going to work for what, a month? I mean, I don't know. They each had a lot of luggage, so I don't know how long they. If you know, that'd be real interesting to find out.
If you know what the working schedule is for the people on the barges, how long they stay on the barges, and
that's very interesting.
Week or whatever. But anyway, we got through that Barkley Canal, then made a left turn south, and we are going upstream on the Tennessee River. Hello, welcome to the helm of the Here's to Us. We are traveling up the Tennessee River on the way to Paris Landing. We left Green Turtle Bay this morning. And the Tennessee River is actually 650 miles long, but we are only going to travel 190 miles of it. The thing about the Tennessee River is we are traveling upstream right now, and even though we're going south, most rivers in the United States flow to the south, as my experience with it anyway, so it seems a little strange, but we are traveling upstream, and I estimate the current's probably about 2 knots. We were running about 1400 RPM, and we're getting about 10 miles per hour out of the Here's to Us. She's pretty heavy. She still has 400 gallons of fuel, and we just put 350 gallons of water on, and with all the stuff on here, so we're going pretty much at 10 miles an hour. It's going to be about a 4-hour run today. And you can see over here is our Garmin. We did auto guidance on it, and it doesn't draw a very good route on auto guidance. And down here, because I have Navionics running on a smartphone, it does a little bit better job. So I'm kind of cross-checking and triangulating between the two of those, running on autopilot with the heading hold and just making corrections as we go along and kind of clearing out there. Out in the distance, you can see the Egner's Ferry highway bridge. It's 57 feet tall, so we're short enough to get under that for sure. Heading again upstream, and one of the things about the navigation on the rivers is, of course, we've got, I don't know if we can see it out there, there's a green can over there. Up along there we'll see a red nun. So we're actually returning, we're going upstream, so the red is on the starboard side. And if you pan around over there, you can kind of see a red nun. You can't make out the color, well, the shape will also tell you what side is on. So as we are traveling upstream, that is the right descending bank, and that over there is the left descending bank. So when you look at notes on any navigational charts, right descending bank, left descending bank, you can kind of get turned around. So the river, again, is actually flowing this way. We're going that way. We're going upstream. A little bit about river navigation on the Here's to Us. So we made it here in about 6 hours.
There were two
Nice.
bridges.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only, we've saw what we've seen. The fall foliage is just beautiful. We saw a couple barges. We traveled by ourselves today, so Sam was making calls to the tow captains to see which side they wanted us to pass on. We saw two bridges, and that's pretty much the highlights of the day.
4 barges. All right, still heading upstream on the Tennessee River. It looks like about another 2 hours to go, according to our GPS information here. And so some have asked, what do? You're on autopilot. Well, we're making sure that our track where we want to go along the sailing line, and again, you can see the auto guidance system is projecting this magenta line, which I don't want to be there. I want to be on the sailing line. And over here on my navionics I am dead on the course where I want to be. So I rely on the navionics a little bit better than this, and then from here I'm making corrections left to right of track, just 1 degree or 5 degrees. I'm looking out, and I'm also looking at my navigation aids and making sure that we're on, those are jiving with what we have on the chart. Another thing that we do is about every hour, hour and a half, some frequency is we take readings. And so we'll put the date and the time. It's kind of like a ship's log, and you can do whatever you want. For me, I just try to make it simple. The date and the time, the status, where we've departed or we're underway, our position in latitudes and longitudes, our RPMs and our speed, and then our fuel. On this boat we have 4 fuel tanks, and I do know that my aft tanks are full, so I'm not going to fill that in, but I have 5/8 of a tank on the front tank on the port side, and 13/32. I try to read it at a 30-second gauge. They are analog gauges, if you can kind of look right here. So you can see that, it's not very accurate. My aft gauge here on the starboard side and my forward gauge here. I'm also looking at my oil pressure and my temperature. But I'm constantly scanning these instruments as I'm going along, and your cross-check as you're looking out for obstacles. You can also see clearly, hey, your oil pressure and your water temperature. Also, the engine hours, that will help you also to calculate fuel. And just record those items, and that way you'll have something to fall back on if you have to go and research where was I at any one time, and are my engine instruments doing it. Just makes you a little bit more disciplined as to what's happening with your boat. And what's kind of nice out there on our own, usually we're traveling in a pack and communicating between boats. But today was really just relaxing,
Laid back.
just to sit back and watch the beautiful scenery on both sides of Kentucky Lake.
Yeah,
Wish we had
is
more
a
time to spend
beautiful
here in the
lake.
summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. And we'll see you next time aboard the Here's to Us. Thanks for joining us. Bye.